right, YouTube, it's Batcave Comics. First, thanks for stopping by, checking my new video out. I did manage to visit, probably 3 or 4 different places. I'm gonna try to make a video, I'd say, at least once a month. I don't typically buy enough comics weekly to make a weekly video. So, I think once a month is pretty good for me. So, I do have, I would say, 50 plus books I did pick up. Mostly from the dollar bin, but it's a good mix and a good variety of a bunch of different stuff. So let me get into it right away. I did travel to a comic shop about an hour and a half away. I haven't been there in a few years. I figured I'd try it out. And I went there, and this guy had probably 50 long boxes of dollar bin comics. And I managed to get through most of them. I still have to go back and finish it up. But while I was there, I did manage to find a Youngblood #2. This is the, I guess they consider this the pink variant cover. I have 2 or 3 copies of this, but for $1, I wasn't going to leave it behind. And then I picked up Uncanny X-Men #317, the first appearance of Blink. Oh, I think you guys know that's the first appearance of Prophet and Shadowhawk. But the reason why I picked this one up is because this is the regular cover, which I really didn't see too often. I'm always running into the foil cover. So when I found this for $1, I figured I'd grab it. But I mean, I did find, a few decent things down in the dollar bin. New Avengers #4. First appearance of Maria Hill, I believe. This is my 2nd or 3rd copy of that. And then for $1, I did find Alpha Flight #33. First appearance of Lady Deathstrike. And this is the 2nd copy I have of that. And I also found another copy of Batman Shadow of the Bat #83. The first appearance of Batgirl. And then I was kind of surprised to find this one. And I was kind of happy about Young Avengers #6. The first appearance of Cassie Lang as Stature. I also found Thor #85. Or 587, the last issue in the series. And I always pick these up because sometimes these last issues tend to have a low print run, and then all of a sudden they spike in value and they're hard, and they end up being hard to find. Not all, but it's always safe to pick up the last issue. Let me get these out of the way. And then I picked this up just because it's a little different, and you never know. Warcat #1 by Eternity. I like picking up these kind of oddball, different books that maybe you've never seen before or you run into once in a while. Because books like this tend to, how should I say? I don't know, a character hits a different universe, and all of a sudden that book gets hot, and their introduction is in like off-brand company or something. So that's one reason why I always pick these up, and that's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. Now that's got a gold print on the title, so I don't know if that's a different gold printing, if there's a regular printing of this, or if that is the regular printing. If anybody knows, please leave a comment. But I also picked up Quasar 24, first appearance of Infinity. And then I did manage to find 2 more copies of Savage Dragon #12, First appearance of She-Dragon. Superman, the Man of Tomorrow, #1, DC Universe logo variant. And Superman 93, DC Universe logo variant. So those are all the books I found at the one comic shop. So then I went to antique store, that antique mall that has a little comic place in there. And I stop in there once in a while, but I did manage to find Superman #3, which there's nothing real special about this book, but it's just one of them covers that I really like a lot. Every time I see this book for like $1, it's one of those I have to pick up for some reason. This is probably my 4th or 5th copy of this, which that'll probably be the end of this book. I probably won't pick up any more of those. But this was a really cool cover, I thought. Superman 17. Picked that up for $1. And these are actually in really, really solid grade. I picked up Spider-Man 42. First appearance of Platoon. I think this is like the 3rd copy of this I have. I also picked up Hulk 394, which is the first appearance of Tremor, something like that. 2nd copy of that I grabbed. And then for $4, I picked up Teen Titans #20. And then for $1, I grabbed Marvel versus DC #3. I think I need #2 to complete that series, but I definitely want to do that. I picked up She-Hulk, Sensational She-Hulk 15 for $1. First appearance of Gray She-Hulk, and that's a newsstand copy. And then I picked up Thor #261 for $3. And the only reason why I picked this up is because this is just a super high grade Bronze Age book. I mean, this is super nice. A good pressing. There's no reason why that shouldn't be in the 9 somewhere easy. All right, so that's all from the antique place. Excuse me. So then I hit a flea market by my house and found some different weird stuff, I guess you could say. But for $1, I grabbed the Justice Machine #1 Summer Spectacular, and that's by Innovation Comics, and the Justice Machine #1 regular series. I also grabbed the John Sable #1, and this one's kind of weird and different. Silver Wolf Comics, Dungeoneers #1. Same place, Stanley and his Monster #1. And Reed Gunther #1. And I only picked this up because it was actually autographed a couple times. And that was $1. Then from the same flea market, a different vendor, I picked these 3 books up. I ended up paying $12 for all 3. But I grabbed Wonder Woman #0. I think that's just a fantastic cover. And a newsstand. Superman, Man of Tomorrow #5, DC Universe logo. And this is actually an upgrade. Marvel 2-in-1 #7. First appearance of Champion. And I guess this is the first appearance of the Power Stone also, what I've been reading about. So if anybody knows, shoot me a message in the comments and let me know. So these are all the books I found at the, here, let me slide this over, at the flea market by my house. So now let's move to the third stack, which consists of another pretty solid pile of books. Now these I actually picked up in Miami. So the first three were at a comic shop I ran into, which I didn't have literally almost no time to check. So I just ran through some boxes real quick, and I had to take off. So it's definitely a place I'm going to revisit someday. He had a ton of comics in there, but no dollar bin stuff. But I did pick up Warlord 109. This is the first appearance of Murtala, and this is super nice grade. It can use a pressing, but there's no color breaking creases or anything on that. Just a really nice copy. And then I found Cyberfrog number 2, and I think I paid $10 for that. I paid $1 for that one. I paid $10 for that, and I also paid $10 for Cyberfrog versus Creed number 1. And these Cyberfrog books, they are not easy to find, that's for sure. All right. So at another comic shop I went to, they did not have a dollar bin, but they did have a $2 bin. And what I found in the $2 bin was Steel 6, DC Universe logo variant, Superman Man of Steel number 28, DC Universe logo, and Flash number 89, also a DC Universe logo variant. I did find Infinity, the free comic book day book, and this one is the first appearance of Corvus Clave, I guess that's how you pronounce it. For $2, I wasn't going to leave that behind. I was surprised to find this there. Avenger 676, the first full appearance of the Voyager, for $2. Now this book, this was an upgrade. Definitely one I've been looking for. Hard to find in high grade. But this is the Fury of Firestorm number 19, the first appearance of Goldenrod. I mean, you run into this book here and there. It always seems to be beat up. But this copy is actually in super high grade. Very happy to find that for $2. And then I found a Pitt number 1 newsstand. Because a lot of you guys know I hunt down these Image newsstand books. Freak Force number 4 newsstand. Darkness number 8 newsstand. Let me get these out of the way. Found a Shadowhawk number 3 newsstand. Stormwatch number 11. All these I'm showing now are all newsstands, so I don't have to keep repeating it. Cyberforce number 3. Now this one I thought was super cool and interesting, but Supreme number 25, which is a kind of an early appearance of Stephen Platt artwork. Artwork on this book's pretty awesome too. So I was pretty happy to find that. I actually found 2 of those, bought both of them. Supreme number 12, Supreme number 4, and Supreme number 2, all found at that same shop for $2 a piece. Still going with that same shop, I found Grifter number 3 newsstand, Wetworks number 2. So those were all the Image newsstand books I found in their $2 bin. So moving on, which I thought was really cool, in the same comic shop, $2 bin, I found Hall of Heroes presents Vortex #1, which these Hall of Hero books, I don't see them anywhere. So when I do see them, I pick it up. Now I found all these in the $2 bin. So I found #2, or #1, #2, #4, and you guys know what's next, don't you? In the $2 bin. Max #2, newsstand. Nope, sorry. #5 was not there. And I was like, damn it! Somebody already snatched it. But running through them, I was getting it real excited. I found 1, 2, 4, 5 was missing. But I did pick them other ones up for $2 a piece. Now this I thought was super cool is Sovereign 7 #1 newsstand for $2. And then with that, I also found another copy of the Sovereign 7 Platinum Edition, which you could tell it's the Platinum Edition by the UPC. Is I guess that's supposed to be a platinum color, and the back cover, the whole back cover is just like this right here. But I was pleasantly surprised to find that in the $2 bin, and it's not in too bad condition. The top is kind of frayed a little bit, but for $2, I wasn't going to leave it behind. All right, rounding it out. We're heading down the home stretch, my friends. I have this small stack. Now, these are all eBay purchases. So I bought all these from one guy, and I think I paid $3 a piece for these. But Looney Tunes, #8, DC Universe logo variant. Aquaman versus Superman, #3. And Steel, #9. All DC Universe logo variants. So then I found a guy, a different guy on eBay, where I did manage to find Cyberfrog #1, which this is the Harris Comics edition. It's not the Hall of Heroes, but still, these do command a little bit of money from time to time, especially in high grade, and all these are in fairly high grade. I think if I have them pressed, they'll be in the 9 somewhere. But I did pick up 1, 2, 3 copies of that. He had them for $6.99 a piece, so I went ahead and grabbed 3 of them. And then from a different guy, since I had Vortex 1, 2, and 4, I did find a #5 on eBay. $35 I paid for this shipped, which was by far 3 times cheaper than anybody else on eBay that had this book. So I figured, you know what, that's a good price, I'm pulling the trigger, and I did. And this one's actually in super nice shape. It's got one little ding right there, which is slightly color breaking, and one right down there. But other than that, no significant creases or anything like that. So I was happy with that. All right, now for the last book of the haul, and one I've definitely been wanting to get for a while because this is an upgrade, is Iron Man #150. Let me get this box out of the way so maybe you guys can see it a little better. Oh, if I'm not tearing up my whole setup here. Iron Man 150. Definitely an upgrade for me. I don't know if you can see that, but it is a PGX 9.8. Definitely wanted this book at a 9.8. Yes, I know CG or PGX, but you know what, guys? I got this book and I looked this thing over, right? Very, very critical. And I think they really got it right, man. I mean, there is no dings or anything whatsoever on this book. The only thing that is wrong with this book is the wrap is just slightly off, which happens into a lot of books, and there's a lot of companies that don't take off for that. They get 9/8. But other than that, this book is beautiful, and I'm extremely happy to own this 9.8. I love this cover. Just a great Bronze Age cover. I ended up paying $100 for this. I think it was the only 9.8 that I had even seen on there. He wanted 160, offered him 100, and he took it. So I was definitely proud and happy to purchase that for $100. But that's it, guys. That is my haul for March. Hopefully I'll be able to build up a stack for next month, but thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for my subs. Like this video, leave a comment, whatever you feel. Sub if you're not. Batcave Comics out.